You hang in there, all right? I need you up and reporting for duty ASAP. You hear me, soldier? You need anything, Doc, let me know. Okay, Ash. You take care. I'll see you soon.
So, I guess she's still alive.
Hi, Doctor. Didn't expect to see you again so soon.
Prescribe you another round of antibiotics.
For when I ship out?
I have some bad news. Your squad applied the Metagel correctly, but infection had already set in by the time they found you. I'm sorry.
Oh, great. Now they won't let me see her. Is there anybody I can talk to down here? No, it just looks like lots of horribly wounded people. Should just check the map. Dr. Michael. Who is that, and why does he get his own? Oh, it's just a supply terminal. Don't need any supplies right now.
Commander Shepard, good to see you.
Dr. Michelle, it's been a long time. You've come a long way from that small clinic down in the wards.
Because of you, I don't know where I'd be if you hadn't dealt with Fist and his thugs. Now I'm head physician in a Presidium clinic. You gave me this chance. I assume you're here about Lieutenant Commander Williams?
No.
I'm actually here to see you.
Oh, really? How can I help you?
We could use a doctor of your caliber on the Normandy.
I'm honored you'd consider me, but I do have responsibilities here.
The Normandy is critical to defeating the Reapers. The whole galaxy is depending on our success. You'd make a huge difference out there with us. More than you can ever do here.
Well... our staff is excellent. The Presidium would be in good hands. I'll pack my bags and tell Dr. Arrington she's received a promotion.
With a center of this size, you must have a lot of direct reports.
We've got 12 full-time doctors and over 50 support staff. It can be overwhelming, quite different from my days in the wards.
How are your medical supplies holding up?
We're well stocked now, but I can't say I'm not worried about the future. I'm afraid I'll have to speak with CSEC about securing our supplies. Desperate people can do desperate things.
This war may leave a lot of injured people homeless. Can the Citadel clinics care for them all?
We're fine now, but I'm worried. Every hospital on the Citadel is preparing for the worst. I hear the docks are tightly controlled, but we just can't leave people floating out there forever.
I'll see you on the Normandy, Doctor.
See you there. I just need to make a few more preparations.
Also, the entirety of the crew died, except for, of course, Joker last time. So, yeah, what are you gonna do? How am I doing in terms of my... I can't tell what exactly... Whatever. So... I guess reputation and your sort of renegade levels are different. Because at first I thought I was gaining Paragon points, while simultaneously gaining Renegade points.
Commander Shepard, one moment, please.
But it looks like they have a new meter called Reputation, which I'm not exactly sure how that's going to affect the game, so I assume we'll find out as time goes on. Anyway, I think we've done about all we can do here. By the way, we haven't even done a tour of the Normandy. What the hell? What's going on? Is this like some freaky dream sequence or something? Oh, sorry. Every time there's something happening in slow motion, I'm just sort of conditioned to, you know, do a slow motion no for a dramatic effect. Oh no, it's that child who died on Earth. How sad that was. So there's kind of a big controversy as to going on as to why I got really angry over the fact that Mass Effect 3 showed a scene of a child dying, and I didn't get quite as mad as I did it with Modern Warfare 3, and I still think it is kind of pandering. Like this right now is really kind of pandering. But I feel it makes a whole lot more sense to have children dying in Mass Effect 3, considering it is a genocide.
Liara, can I help you?
I've been forwarding the Turian Counselor information on the Prothean device. It can't be built without Council support, but he's not budging until their Primarch is safe.
I know.
Are you all right?
I didn't get what you'd call a good night's rest.
There's more to it than that, isn't there? What's really bothering you?
The Reapers are here, now. And the Council, the other races, are only interested in looking after themselves. How many civilians are dying while they wait for us to make the first move?
At least the Council can't deny the Reapers exist. They'll come around. They've got to.
Commander Shepard, I'm Specialist... Oh. I beg your pardon. I thought you were alone.
I was just leaving.
Commander Shepard, I'm Comm Specialist Samantha Traynor with Alliance R&D. I was part of the team retrofitting the Normandy after you turned it over to the Alliance. There weren't many of us aboard when the Reapers hit.
I need the Normandy functional. What exactly have you done to my ship?
We upgraded communications and removed most of the Cerberus tech, Commander.
Meaning?
The ship's in line with Alliance regs now, and it has new, top-of-the-line, quantum entanglement communicators. In fact, Admiral Anderson had intended to use the Normandy as his mobile command center.
That's no longer an option.
Yes, I heard he chose to stay and fight. In any event, I'm honored to serve under you, Commander. For as long as you need me, that is. They only sent me here to oversee the retrofits.
Shepard, some of our systems require further testing, and Specialist Traynor has been extremely effective during installation. I would prefer that she remain.
Got it, Edie.
Oh, wait, since when does a virtual intelligence make requests?
Edie's an AI. Fully self-aware.
Oh, I knew it. I knew Joker was lying.
Jeff requested that I pretend to be a simple VI to protect myself. I apologize for the deception.
Thanks, Edie, and I apologize for all those times I talked about how... attractive your voice was. Anyway, shall I give you a tour? I think you'll be impressed by the new upgrades. In the CIC, you'll find the galaxy map where you can set the Normandy's destination. You can also check your messages at your private terminal. The War Room houses a strategic command center for mission-specific intel and war analysis. The Shuttle Bay contains an armory where you can modify your equipment between missions. Finally, Liara has set up a lot of hardware down in the old XO office on Deck 3. I think she's claimed that room. And there you are. Still the same ship as before, it just flies Alliance colors now. Speaking of which, I believe Admiral Hackett would like to speak to you at the VidCom.
Okay.
Commander, Udina updated me on your meeting with the Council. Sounds like they're running scared.
The Council has been a pain in my ass from day one. I'm done with them.
Then what's your plan?
I'm trying to get the Turian Primarch for a summit meeting with the Asari and Solarians. I'll bypass the Council and appeal directly to their leadership.
That's good, I like it. This is where we start laying the groundwork for our counterattack.
Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot to back it up right now.
Then build alliances. Gather everything and everybody you can for the cause.
What about the Prothean device?
Find me people who can help build it, and if you can't, I'll take ships, soldiers, supplies, whatever you can get. We need to keep hitting the Reapers across every theater of war they open. Buy us time to figure out the device.
And when it's finished?
Assuming it ever is, we pool all our resources. Think of it as a giant armada for delivering the device, when the Reapers are most vulnerable. The stronger you can make that armada, the better the chances of punching through.
You can count on it, sir.
It's not just me, it's everyone back on Earth. Anderson and what's left of the Alliance forces have to hold out until we deal with the enemy.
I understand, Admiral.
Good. Then make it happen, Commander. I'll be expecting regular updates on your progress. Hack it out.
Alright, good. Let's do a little exploring. This looks entirely new. War terminal. War assets. The people, weapons, armies, and fleets you've accumulated are your war assets. The overall readiness of the galaxy determines how effectively these assets will perform in the final battle. Let's see. Interesting. We've got Admiral Mikhailovich. Interesting. Each conflict zone has a readiness rating that reflects its ability to contribute to the final battle. Left unattended, these zones can deteriorate and reduce the overall readiness rating. Awesome. So, obviously it looks like we're not even remotely prepared for any kind of battle. That's definitely a very cool little feature. Though the ship does seem very, very different.
I can't believe the Council won't help. Come on.
If Thessia was lost and Earth hadn't been touched yet, you can be damn sure we'd be guarding our own borders.
Commander, the Alliance has found a new Cerberus lab on Sanctum. Admiral Hackett would like you to investigate. Commander, come to check on your new recruit?
Just wanted to see how you were doing.
Still trying to get my bearings. When I was working on the Normandy's upgrades, I left at the end of the day. I didn't even have a toothbrush or a change of clothing until I made some emergency purchases on the Citadel.
We're in the middle of a war, Specialist. We've got bigger problems than finding a toothbrush.
Understood, Commander. And to be clear, I'm happy to be here. If I can help with the comm system and get you the intel you need to win this war, I'll have done more than I ever did in the lab. Was there anything else?
How'd you end up in the military, anyway?
My family didn't have money for university. When the Alliance saw my aptitude scores, they offered me a full scholarship. I served my required years after graduation and decided to stay. I really like the challenges of the lab. Although, I'm sure I'll grow to love frontline service as well.
I'm surprised you're worrying about a toothbrush. We've got bigger problems right now.
Oh, believe me. Seeing the Reapers on Earth was terrifying. But I won't help anybody by bursting into tears here in the CIC, will I? Being here on the Normandy helps. If anyone in the galaxy can stop the Reapers, it's you.
And if flagging your messages and managing strategic intel helps you in any way, then it's worth it.
You worked in Alliance R&D?
Yes. You'd think quantum entanglement would make communication easy, but imagine incorporating multiple incoming sources and then networking them with extrapolations of time-lag data to construct a coherent situation GUI. It's an exciting challenge. For me, anyway.
Where are you from originally?
A colony in the Terminus systems, actually. Though I studied on Earth, at Oxford. My parents were from London. They loved Earth, but they wanted the freedom a colony life could offer. If they stayed in London, I imagine they'd be dead right now.
A lot of people back on Earth are still alive, and counting on us.
Quite true, Commander.
Carry on, Specialist.
So what do we got here? Tactical mastery.
For increased tactical
okay,
control,
I see.
Bring up the power menu.
Oh, wow, okay.
This pauses the action, giving you time to evaluate the battlefield, target new enemies, and select the
No,
power.
I can't skip it.
To use a power to attack an opponent, target the enemy before pausing the game, then highlight and select the power.
Yeah, dude, thanks. I'm not a fucking
Power will
retard,
fire
okay?
at the targeted enemy as you return to action. For maximum tactical effectiveness, use squad mate powers in combination with your own, hitting enemies with up to 3 powers at once.
Okay, well, that was helpful. Let's see what my email has to say. Special Ops. Blah, 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 blah. The missions will open doors for the Alliance in places we can't touch through conventional means. We'll deploy operatives to hold point after you've completed your objectives. I need you to head to a service lab on the planet. Something, something, blah, blah, blah. Brief you inbound. Reinstatement. This letter formally acknowledges your reinstatement into the Alliance Navy. Blah, 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 blah. Emergency flash traffic urgent. This is a galaxy-wide alert for all human territories. Fleet Admiral Hackett has declared threat condition Saber 1. Enemy presence confirmed in Sol System. Earth under Reaper attack. All Alliance military personnel are directed to evacuate Sol System at first available opportunity. Do not attempt Earth approach. Heavy enemy resistance reported. Repeat, do not attempt Earth approach. Further instructions to be followed. Further instructions to follow on coded channel Crimson Tacit. Earth-based Alliance personnel unable to evacuate are directed to commence any and all necessary countermeasures. All remaining Alliance personnel outside Sol Theater are directed to muster at pre-appointed staging areas and commence offensive combat operations at first available opportunity. Oh no. Oh, it's more. Oh, sorry. First that was Morden. I'm like, why is Morden saying goodbye? He was in the, you know, the demo. But Morinth was the Asari from the last game. Hello, Shepard. Glad to hear you're alive after the attack on Earth. Not that I'm surprised. I'd apologize for slipping off the Normandy without saying goodbye, but we both knew the Alliance wouldn't take too kindly to my presence there. I probably need to stretch my legs in a new city anyway. Since you're back with the Alliance, it's probably best, but since you're back with the Alliance, it's probably best I don't tell you. Since I'm grateful for the chance you took of me, take good care of yourself. I'd hate if you were killed. I hate to hear you were killed before we get the chance to meet up again. And an alert. New article, Quarian Fleet. By Rexus Aurelius, ANN contributor. Citadel, where's the Quarian fleet? The latest intelligence shows that the Reapers are taking the system at a feverish pace. Members of all races are fleeing to their stations, colonies, in some cases their homeworlds. This kind of forced exodus might seem especially familiar to the nomadic Quarians who were pushed off their homeworld by the synthetic Geth centuries ago. But as the galaxy pushes back against the Reapers, the Quarians are conspicuously absent. Turian and Alliance spokespersons cannot provide the fleet's current location. They say they have other concerns at the moment. Whatever the Quarians are up to, they want it kept secret from the Council. After refueling a stop at Ilium, the fleet left no stated destination. There are also reports of galaxy-wide call for young adult Quarians to abandon their pilgrimages to rejoin the fleet. Greedy and short-sighted powers were always trying to gain the upper hand in times of galactic crisis. We can only hope that whatever the Quarians are planning does not interfere with the only thing that should matter, stopping the Reapers. You have an update waiting. Dear Commander Shepard, some of the data you found allow me to access the research upgrade for you. Simply access the terminal in Dr. Tassoni's office at your convenience, and you may choose how we implement it. Have a pleasant day. Priority mission, Eden Prime. Commander, Cerberus has attacked Eden Prime and is now occupying the colony. Alliance forces are stretched too thin right now to attempt to liberate the colony. But we've been doing what we can to covertly aid the local resistance. In the process, we've learned that Cerberus has uncovered a major Prothean artifact. We don't know what it is, but it appears to be the reason for the attack on the colony. We need you to infiltrate the colony and recover the artifact. There we go. Read out all my emails. So we've got a couple of quests that we could deal with. But let's continue our tour around the Normandy and talk to the new people. And the old people, of course.
Hey, Commander. You know, I had my doubts about the Council. But after years of ignoring your warnings, they're finally willing to step up and tell you they just can't help.
They've spent years denying the threat. You think they'd be prepared now?
I was kind of hoping that maybe they were planning in secret and just not telling you about it because, you know, Cerberus. Well, let me know if you want me to get them on the channel and then hang up on them, you know, for old time's sake.
Oh, man.
Commander.
So, let's see what the cabin's like. Well, this looks certainly unchanged. Squad selection. Okay. Well, just gonna make a note of that, and we can change our armor to give us different types of attributes and whatnot.
Commander Shepard, it's a pleasure to see you again.
You're the drone from the Shadow Broker's ship.
Dr. Tassoni now refers to me as Glyph instead of Info Drone, 95% of the time. If you have a moment, I'd like to draw your attention to a terminal in her office. It analyzes information packages. If you find any useful data, I can research upgrades for you.
And what should I be looking for?
I'll inform you if you've found relevant data. When you do, return to this terminal for your choices. In the meantime, Dr. Tassoni would like to speak with you. Have a pleasant day.
Looks like you brought more than just that drone from your ship.
A few things were necessary. I'd be a very silent shadow broker without data feeds.
So you have access to your resources?
What I can get. We'll need it to research this Prothean device. Until we understand precisely what it does, it's far too dangerous to use.
Did the Protheans actually complete this weapon?
You mean, will it work? They wouldn't have poured their last resources into this device if they thought otherwise. But we really need to find out just what kind of weapon they left us.
We can figure out what it does later. Our priority's getting it built.
Just give me some warning before you flip the switch. This will be difficult even for us. If something happens on a mission, if either one of us are hurt. Shepard, there's something I need to ask before we go any further. I know you and Miranda were close. Is that in the past? Should I forget there was anything between us?
Absolutely not.
I didn't forget you, Liara. I want to make us work.
Good. I was getting worried.
There were a lot of reasons I was happy to see you on Mars.
I'd like that list, but later. There's so much left to do. I'm working with EDI. Hopefully we can discover what the Protheans left for us. But I'm looking forward to talking about something other than business. Maybe later.
Hey, flying drone thing. Make a note of that. Put it in her schedule. Happy, sexy, fun time. 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Or p.m. is probably better.
This terminal contains non-essential correspondence from your allied forces. Dr. Tassoni has granted you access. Please, enjoy your day.
I don't think the robot really cares whether or not I enjoy my day. But I think the question we're all dying to ask is, where is Legion and how do we get them back? And the answer to that question is, right now I have no idea, but I really want to know.
Hello there, Commander.
How are you settling in, Doctor?
Good. I've been busy restocking supplies and running diagnostics. It's nice working alone in a fresh lab. I get to set up everything just the way I want. Anyway, now that you're here, I'd like to examine you.
After Cerberus, I'm not much on medical exams. No needles, right?
You get shot 20 times a day and a pinprick makes you nervous? I just need to run some implant diagnostics and take readings of your immune system. Your immune system is still a bit at odds with the foreign material. For your scarring to fully heal, you'll need to lower your stress levels.
Yeah, right.
Let compassion guide your decision-making, and the peace it brings should help you heal. Thank you for indulging me. Everything looks fine. May I help you at all?
Just let me know if you need.
I will.
I don't feel like talking to her right now. Oh, there's that fucking cyborg bitch. Guess we haven't learned anything from her. But I'm guessing lots of these doors are right now useless until we find... Is there a map here? Yeah. I'm guessing most of these are just, you know, empty placeholders until, of course, we start filling them up with crew members. So, let's head down to engineering.
Commander, welcome back to the Normandy. Or maybe you should be saying that to me.
Engineer Adams, what are you doing here?
I was put in charge of the drive core retrofits. My experience on the Normandy SR-1 made me an obvious choice.
So, what do you think of our SR-2?
She's incredible. If there's one nice thing I can say about Cerberus, it's that they know how to build a ship. And about that, Cerberus, I mean, I owe you an apology.
How so?
Back when you got this ship, Dr. Chalk was contacting me, asking me to help with your mission against the Collectors. I refused. I didn't have your back, and I'm sorry for that.
You can make up for it on this tour of duty.
Yes, sir.
What do you think of EDI?
We had a good talk during the retrofit. A little strange at first, talking shop with an AI.
AI? I thought Edie posed as a VI to keep the likes of you from unplugging her.
Yeah, but I saw through her. Have you seen her hardware? Processing power is off the charts. And then there were the problems that kept fixing themselves. If I hadn't had her pegged, I would have sworn I was losing it.
You never expressed any skepticism, Lieutenant Adams.
I figured I'd better play it safe with the Cerberus AI, Edie. No offense.
None taken. As long as you keep your fingers out of my cognizance processors.
In the beginning, I tried disconnecting her from key processes without giving myself away. Easier said than done. But Joker seemed to trust her, and in time I saw her advantages. Even grew to like her.
Does the new Normandy stack up to the old SR-1?
Stack up. It blows the old ship away. The Tantalus drive core has been completely overhauled. The SR-2 might be nearly twice the size, but the new drive core is 3 times bigger. This ship can fly. That said, Cerberus isn't too high on safety. If pushed past her limits, this core would vent into engineering. Guess it gives my team incentive to keep her well balanced during a firefight.
Do your job or get vaporized.
Pretty much. I noticed you upgraded the kinetic barriers with cyclonic technology. Should help reduce the draw when under missile fire.
Hopefully that means fewer vaporized engineers?
The IES stealth system is significantly improved. It can handle a higher blue shift of our emissions.
And that means?
We should be able to drop out of FTL without triggering every sensor in range. Very handy for stealth reconnaissance. All in all, the Normandy is a marvel of engineering.
Is your family okay?
My parents are serving on Viridian Zenith, an Alliance agricultural vessel. My sister is a navigator on the SSV Benjamin Davis. Happy to report that both vessels are safely under Hackett's command.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, sir.
So one of the things I love about Mass Effect is just some of the questions it brings to me. Because I've been thinking, I'm taking a class right now for university called Psychology of Consciousness. And obviously we're talking a lot about, you know, what makes consciousness what it is, you know, can we measure it, whether or not sort of consciousness is just kind of neural correlates in the brain, or is there something sort of more, sort of, you know, this kind of dualist idea that there's a body and then there's a soul sort of controlling that body, and all kinds of really interesting and fascinating types of questions. And one of the things we get to talk about a lot is machine consciousness, and obviously this game makes me think a lot about machine consciousness, because I think it does kind of the best job in representing them. And I'll pick that thought up just after this conversation.
Shuttle pilot. Got news about our supply chains, Commander.
Good work, Lieutenant. What have you got?
Dios! Straight to business without even a hello? You two need to chill out.
So you do care, Mr. Vega? Or is that the Cerveza talking again?
So what's happening with our supply chains, Lieutenant?
Alliance procurement chains are in chaos, but the Citadel's economy is still running. I can network to Citadel retailers. You can view inventory and make purchases right from this console.
When I network to a new store, I'll let you know.
It does cost more to coordinate delivery to the Normandy, so it's cheaper to buy supplies when you're there.
So you're my shuttle pilot, but you're setting up procurement chains?
I wasn't assigned as Normandy's pilot. Not much need for one on a dry dock ship. I was overseeing the retrofit of the cargo hold. I'm quite familiar with the operation and maintenance of the UT-47 Kodiak and the M44 Hammerhead. In my experience, it made sense for me to take over as shuttle pilot when we left Earth. Especially given Mr. Vega's love of mid-air collisions.
To save the day, pendejo.
I'm also responsible for logistics, making sure the armory and shuttle are properly stocked and maintained.
You were stationed on Earth. Do you have family there?
I'm an only child. Lost my parents years ago. I had a husband back when I was stationed at Ferris Fields. The collectors took out the whole